Right, so we've talked
Two
about
years.
underrated cards. What
Yeah,
happens if everything's overrated, though? How does the Pokemon market crash?
yeah.
Whoa, big topic. Go
I,
on,
Yeah.
I,
Randolph. Go on.
I think this
I
is
want
one
to
thing
hear
we wanted
this.
to talk about last week. I don't know if we actually got around to it. But let's touch on it properly here and now. So also, people are wondering slash worrying that when all the cards come back from Greater Gem, all these hundreds of thousands of cards, what's going to happen to the
Yeah.
market? Because we are in the demand's crazy and the supply
Yeah.
is almost non-existent for greater cards. Like, yes,
Yeah, it's
people
pretty much
can.
not there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, like I can send the Express Plus card and it'll come back, but that's still usually like no one's gonna send like 500 cards Express Plus to kind of like, you usually
Apart
send
from
your.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're my collection, aren't they? Like, I don't really send
Yeah.
any to like put on the store. It's usually the lower service that you do that with. And my point there being is that we're still very dry in terms of the market and what's available in terms of graded cards. So and we're already seeing PWCC drop a little bit.
Mm.
When all these cards start coming back, what's going to happen? Because it is going to have an effect on the market, right? Like, you guys know this.
Oh, 100%.
The submitters know this, but they're still sending.
Yeah.
It's whether it's priced in. So, like, I don't want to go. When you're in a share or stock market, or a currency. So the Brexit deal was basically done, and for 2 weeks the currency was high because everyone had already priced in a Brexit deal was going to be completed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's whether these prices are smart enough and buyers are smart enough to already price in the supply that's going to come back, especially evolutions, hidden fates, base set unlimited, guys.
Base set commons.
Champions Path.
Charizards.
Base set commons. Watch our submission videos. That's what's going. It ain't primes in general. It ain't first
No.
edition Watsy in general. Like, there is some, but there's not a lot of it. A lot of submissions are 80%
Yeah.
of the same lot of cards. So you price that in when you're buying these things. Because realistically, those prices aren't going to be there when you get your cards back, because that means everyone else has got their cards back.
If
Exactly.
you're waiting for your cards to come back from PSA and your whole idea is to just go on eBay or go to Pokemon and sell them all, you're going
Yep.
to cause a markets crash.
Yeah.
If that is your idea.
If you don't price them correctly, and if you don't go into it with the price in mind, because what I think is going to happen is, yeah, there's going to be a flood. There's going to be an absolute flood of cards available, but I think there's going to be more activity than ever before as well. So I don't think Pokemon will die in terms of like, the demand popularity. What I think you'll see the market shift from these cards being like pop 80 and selling for like £200, and I'm speaking about a common charge. A common Charmander, for example. Then what you'll see is like pop 500,000 selling for £20, £10 type thing. You just gotta look at the price and factor that in. And Connor's definitely right. If you look at Pokemon price right now, and we all used it. You guys use Pokemon price in videos to show pricing. I use it to show pricing. But if you think that if you pull a card and if you grade it, if you think that price is gonna be the same when it comes back, even if it came back in a month, it wouldn't, because they're gonna come back together. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what the return time is from PSA if everyone's sending, because everyone's going to come back at the same time. If it's 6 months or if it's 1 month, it's going to come back. So if you look at this right now and think your card is going to be worth that much money when they come back, you're just wrong. But if you do what Connor says and you think, right, this is worth £100 now, maybe when it comes back in the condition mine's in, it's going to be like a £30-40. That's fine. Keep that in mind. And then at that point, I think the market's going to dip in value, but I think it's going to go crazy again in terms of activity. Yeah, I think activity is just gonna be the game.
So in recessions and when stock markets crash, we saw it already. Actually, we saw it this year when COVID happened. Stock markets crashed around the world, and what did people do? They saw opportunity. So what did they do? They went out and bought stocks. And look what happened. Like, the whole thing, it's as big, the US stock market, as it was last year. And we all know the economy isn't as big. We all know businesses are struggling. We all know people are struggling.
Yeah.
But the stock market's still the same because people see opportunity. So when those cards come back, evolutions cards or whatever, hidden fates, like, someone is going to be like, I've got an opportunity to buy the whole shiny vault at PSA 10 and like just keep it. And
It'll probably be Randolph, because this ain't coming back tens. So.
But like,
yeah, dints galore.
Yeah, but those are the opportunities that people will be able to see. I personally don't. The problem is if there's panic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any market,
yeah.
if there's panic, if PWCC with this, let's just say the next auction or whatever, and prices start to fall by 20-30%, and then the next lot of people go, shit, I don't want my cards to sell at this and that, and they all send their cards to PWCC, and then that pulls it down again. Like, it's panic. If people panic
Yeah.
over the prices, then we'll see major shifts. If people understand why the prices are happening, then what's your faith in humanity is the question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
if
to be
you want
mindful.
invest. Oh, carry on.
No, I was just saying. No, can you
Oh
continue?
yeah, I was gonna say if you want to invest, like if it's in Pokemon cards, if it's in stocks or shares, you've got to be prepared to play the waiting game. And I don't mean the
Yeah.
waiting game of the PSA returns. I mean when they come back, there's gonna be a lot. A lot of people ain't gonna be patient. They're gonna play the market and go, oh, and just like throw the cards out there.
Yeah.
But, you know, you hold on to them for a while. They might bounce back. They might go higher than they've ever been. You don't know. Like you don't have to just get them back and immediately go
No, you don't.
all over the market.
And what's the most important thing that people teach, investors is, buy low, sell high. And it is that simple. It literally is that simple. And what do you see in markets? You see when it shoots up, everyone buys. When it drops, everyone sells. If you can just be wise and don't do that, go against the grain, do the opposite of what everyone's doing, you'll be okay. So if everyone's selling Charmander PSA 9 base, go and get something else, and keep your Charmander. Don't sell it. It's a great card, great artwork, and hold it. You don't have to sell that. Just keep it.
There's many times in the past where eBay, one person's put a card up and then someone else has gone lower and then that person gone lower again and then someone's gone, well, I don't really want it to go any lower than that, so they put their card up. Now you've got 3 cards that are all competing on price and then someone else and then someone else and someone else, and then what happens is you have 6 or 7 of the Brock's Ninetales first edition PSA 10 from Gym Challenge. I remember this. It was like 500 quid and it dropped to like 200 in a matter of 2 weeks because everyone just kept listing.
Yeah.
And then someone will just hoover them all up for 200 quid. So,
Oh yeah.
like it's you have to be wise, really. If you see loads of different people with it listed, guess what? You're not probably going to sell it quickly. Guess what? You're not going to get the price that other person is. So you know what? It might be wiser to hold it on for a month, wait for that card to go, and then put it on for the new price. It's going to be new. This has never happened before.
No,
Yeah. However, like you say, once these prices start dropping, people then stop buying, and I know for a fact. I mean, I did it. Like when I saw the Shadowless cards dropping on PWCC, I went and bought them all because I wanted them. Like I thought, it's my time to buy these now. It may go down further, but I was like, yeah, I'm comfortable with the price. I'm entering. And bought them, and then that's what will happen. Cards will be affordable now for people where they weren't before. And guess what? People love Pokemon. Guess what? People love Charmander. People buy it. So we don't know. These cards might flood the market, and there might be a massive pool of buyers thinking, "Woohoo! like I'm buying them." That may happen. And the difference, exactly. The difference in Bitcoin or crypto type thing, and the difference in Pokemon is that we love Pokemon. No one, like, people love Bitcoin because of what it does for their life, and maybe because the technology, but all these other altcoins, etc. No one, what is it? No one loves it, but what's a Charmander? It's a nice little cute Pokemon that I grew up with for the last 20 years of my life, type of thing. So people want to buy it. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be. I think, like you guys said it to the best. Don't panic. It's gonna be very, very different. It's gonna change a lot, but just enjoy it. It's Pokemon's sick, man. Like, just enjoy it. Don't go taking out a loan to go and buy all these commons and grade them and then come back and think they're still going to be like $800 because some streamer said they were.
With so much love for Pokemon, it could always get bigger as well.
Oh yeah,
it's just
not.
People have got to be smart.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think you're right. Actually, the supply's not been there for all these new people who've joined in, so it'll be the first time where they've been in the market where supply is there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're right in a way. If another Logan Paul thing happens or something else big happens, 25th anniversary is going to happen. Once these cards come back, like, people are still going to want them.
Yeah.
And if they go too low, then I'm going to buy them. Randall will buy them. Tom will buy them. Those people enter the market because they go, well, that's stupid price. I'll have that one, please. So yeah, the future of Pokemon is actually very bright, and when these returns come back it's actually going to create a marketplace we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And it's actually exciting to see
Exactly,
where this could go.
It'll be like cold market raw cards, but like
Yeah.
the availability wise. Well, when you could just go on and be like, oh, I want all those Delta Species cards. That guy's got 14 copies. You'll be able to do that with PSA cards. You'll be like, that guy's got loads of them. Sick.
Yeah, literally.
It'd be great. It might be really fun. It might be a whole new level of fun because Pokemon, in my personal opinion, like collecting wise, has lost so much of the fun in the past 6 months. And this might be the kind of return to the fun aspect of being able to collect. It's so hard to collect right now. Even if I like have a big bonus at the end of the year, I can't go buy cards. They're not available and they're stupidly expensive, like off the charts.
Yeah,
so
and
maybe
like,
it'll be fun again.
Yeah, and tens may stay like pricey, but then people might go to eights now. Eights might be like you might be able to go and get like a first edition, a base set PSA 6 set, or I don't know values for like a much more affordable. I mean, wrong example. A base set's just gonna always be a very volatile set, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's now gonna be someone's gonna think now I can get this set because it's built for me. Like that's why I tell people as well. Just grade. It's not all about tens either. Like people love low grades because it's affordable, man. And a lot of the returns that are coming soon on my channel, sometimes sometimes I got a 10, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I got a 10 and I was like, I wish I got a 9 because I'm collecting a set. Like for example, I'm collecting like I'm collecting a set of 3, for example, and I want them all 9s or I want them all 8s. Sometimes people are weird like that. So I'm excited for it, but don't panic.
They all have to be 9s or they have to be 10s.
Yeah, jungles.
Yeah, they
they're
have
simple.
If I had 110, it would stress me right out.
Yeah,
piss me off. So that's you'll find collectors for everything, man. If Evolution Near Mint 8s come back and they're selling for a tenner, I'll tell you what, someone's picking them all up. Like it's all about the fun aspect, and
they'll create an Instagram handle like the PSA 8 man or something.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting time. But anyone who's worried about it losing value, I would say this: we're probably one of the biggest submitters in Europe, if not the biggest. Look, the stuff that's going out there, it isn't the old stuff. Therefore, that stuff's going to still have value. The new stuff will still have value.
And if it is the old stuff, it's not tens.
Yeah. So the stuff that is going out, there's going to be value attached to it. And biasly, by having the PSA name attached, you're going to have that strength that the market's been around for years, and it's a trusted brand along with your Pokemon card, especially if it says gem. Only go for gems. That's what I do.
Yep. Yeah, and then as well, it's like you just got to go into it with being mindful. Like the newer cards, again, it's sent in abundance, but they look sick. So it's like people will pick them up for a low value and put it on their shelf, and that's going to be like a new poster. So I think there's a lot of things to be like. There is a bit of like uncertainty, like what's going to happen, but I don't think unless you've gone and sold your mortgage to go and like, or got a mortgage out to go and buy these cards, you'll be okay. And you just got to go in, don't panic, and just react to the market. That's what you can always do. And again, it's a collectible hobby, so it's not the stock market, which is the main point about it. Like it's not. So like, just collect.
The other thing is PSA aren't just gonna like, let's say all of June they're not just gonna complete all our orders from that month.
True.
And send them back 20 in a row.
It's a drip.
It'll drip.
But
it will be like that. It will be like 3, 4, 5 a week, maybe. It's or when they do start coming back. Can't wait for it. By the way, guys, really can't.
Yeah.
But like it is going to be like that. It's not going to be these are done. Here's 50 of them. Deal with it. That's not how it's going to work. It will be a drip, because we don't know exactly where is Pete looking at it? Is Bob looking at it? Who knows? But when they do come back, it'll just be a drip, and it's not going to be. Yeah, panic's just not needed, and I would worry if there was panic. To be fair.
Yeah.
If there's panic, me and you will buy everything. Us three will buy everything. And, be good. I'll finally finish a collection. I only want one, guys. Come on.
I'd be interested in seeing let's say if there was panic. So I'm just going to put in a scenario. There was panic around Hidden Fates, Evolutions, and Base Set Unlimited. Would that have an effect on the first edition stuff, like the really desirable stuff? Because if it did, well, I'd be interested in buying it. But like, do we actually think that will happen? Because it's a different market.
So. I don't think so, because the WotC people, at least for the most part, are the WotC's the only thing that matters. I don't think those people are ever going to give a shit about modern in any way. Like, and the kind of people who have bought into WotC because they're stupidly rich still don't care about modern. They're like, old Charizard, 500 grand, don't care.
A dynamic marketplace is what's going to be created.
Yeah.
One way or the other, these things aren't going to come back and they're going to be worthless. That's just not going to happen, guys.
Yeah.
What it will create is a dynamic marketplace where you're going to have. I agree with you, Randolph. To be fair, I think once the supply comes back, there's going to be lots more activity. Yeah. There's going to be a lot more buyers in there. Like, it's a lot more opportunity.
It's already happening. Like we see, prices prices have dropped, as you guys saw in your stream as well. Prices have dropped, but cards are not. Go on eBay and go on recently sold PSA selling like hundreds a day. Like, I don't know how many are selling, but like the activity is insane still. It's just values going down, and then you got
for PSA Pokemon just before Christmas because we were looking at buying cards for everyone in the team. There's nothing there. There was 2 PSA Pokemon cards on eBay.
Yeah,
available, and we were like, what?